YouTube? It is Damien. It is Life Without Grealish. It is episode 7, and today we have a massive triple header. We've got Liverpool, we've got Chelsea, and we have got Manchester City in the next 3 games here in the Premier League in our run-in. Firstly, before I talk about the run-in, the table and everything, I've actually got something else up on my screen. If I go to just my screen, last year's Premier League table. If you have a look at last year's Premier League table, 67 points was enough to get you Champions League football. Also importantly to look at it was our run-in is very similar to West Ham's. West Ham had a very, tough run-in and had some up and down form, which kind of cost them probably Champions League football, but they were probably very happy with 6th in real life West Ham, right? I feel like Villa's run-in is very similar to that. We've got obviously the big 3 like I've just mentioned, and we have also got, after that, next episode will be the last 3 games of the season, depending on how things go. Definitely going to give you the Spurs game as a different episode, and I would imagine the Burnley-Newcastle games are going to factor into where do we finish here in the Premier League. But I feel like there's some comparisons between us and what West Ham did in real life. I feel like there are teams on the up, there are teams that have been built and, are building. And you've seen that West Ham are top of the tree. As of filming this, they just beat Leicester 4-1 in the morning. So, yeah, it's great. And you're also probably aware that, hey, Damien, you're home during the day doing work on my white card. This is apparently me studying for my white card. If you don't know what a white card is, it's just so you can work on a work site, whatever. Apparently, it's really easy. So, here I am. But, yeah, look... I feel like that, there's a lot of similarities to the West Ham season that was in real life and our season here in Villa, especially with a run-in. West Ham played everybody basically around them, and what cost them, if they had a good run-in, they would have made top 4. And that's ultimately what got Liverpool in, a bar Alisson scoring like 94th minute headers. Love it. I feel like there's some similarities that you can take out of that. Let me know if you would as well. I think you can, but, comment down below. Secondly, the support's been great on the channel with all the stuff. If you are enjoying the content, I highly recommend you sub. We are not going to put out a goal of how many subs I want, but if I can get to the 300 mark, halfway through FM22, which is 50 subs in a year, I feel like I can achieve that. And that starts with you guys clicking that little red sub button, even if it's just giving a red sub and saying, David, I would really want you to do this with your content instead, like as in change the way maybe some editing goes around or whatever. I'm happy to listen to you guys all on board. But anyway, back to Villa. We are 2 points clear. City do have a game in hand on us. Liverpool have 2 games in hand of us, so we're never winning the league. But as you can see here in the Premier League table, we are second, 32 points. We are 2 points ahead of City, who have a game in hand. So winning this game here today against Liverpool would be huge in the context of maybe finishing second. But that's not going to happen, I don't think. And then you look at United, who've already played their game. They drew to Palace, who we just beat. If we win today, huge. If we lose today, we're still going to be ahead of United inside the 4. After we beat Arsenal have kind of gone on a bit of a weird run. They lost to Brentford. They lost to Wolves, as you can see here. They beat West Ham away. I don't know if it's reading that around the right way. If it's not reading around that the right way, they lost to Wolves, definitely, 100%, either way you read it. And then that means that they've lost to West Ham, but they beat United and they beat Brentford. That might be how it looks. Yeah, it is. All right, so they lost to Wolves. They lost to West Ham, but they beat United and Brentford. But that kind of is just... putting Arsenal, who've already played 32 games, kind of not out the picture. But with me on 72 points, I actually feel like we need 75 to 100% guaranteed top 4. Only because you've got Chelsea that have a lot of game in hands. Oh, they've played all they caught up. Okay, so they've played a heap of games of late and probably it cost them Chelsea. But at one stage, they had only 28 games played in the last 7 days. So they must have played 3 games in like 7 days. Poor Chelsea. And Spurs and that are around the mark too. The reason why we have to talk about him is this run of fixtures. Chelsea beat us. That brings them into the hunt, sort of. Liverpool going to beat us. City on paper, you would imagine are going to beat us, right? So that's 3 losses on paper, right? We'll talk about the Chelsea game in a little bit more depth. That would make that Spurs game massive, because Spurs, if they win their next few, are probably battling us in that match week there to find 4th spot, depending on what United do, obviously, as well. For me, I'm looking at these 3 games, and the pass mark for me is 3 points. 3 draws would be ideal. It's not going to happen. But for me, I'm kind of going Liverpool, probably going to lose. Chelsea's the game. Chelsea at home, they're 7th. Their season has been ravaged by like Champions League fixtures, which I think they just got knocked out in the Champions League by Barcelona, which is correct. But as you can see, look at that: 18th, 21st, 24th, Leeds, Spurs, Everton. Not the easiest 3 games you want to have in a row in a short space of time. Like, they won all 3 of those games, all of a sudden they're in the hunt. But yeah, in their run home, they do play people around us. They played us, they play United and Arsenal. They win all those games they're in. You do feel. But yeah, this season is definitely leaning towards the, everything's in everyone's hands. It's definitely in our hands. It just depends who steps up and wins these games. If someone goes and runs near perfect for the last 6 games, 7 games of the season, depending on how many they have, I feel like that's the team that's scraping into the 4. The thing that I like about this situation is that it is in A, our hands, and B, we have points on the board. Where West Ham, you felt at 65 points last year, you knew it was in their hands, but you knew they had difficult games, and you knew that the points on the board weren't enough. There is a world where 72 points, we lose every game for the rest of the season, which if we're playing Burnley and Newcastle last 2, we should win both. That would be enough to keep us in the 4. There is a world where that happens. I do see Spurs maybe getting 10 points. I do see Arsenal maybe getting 10 points in the last few games, and if we lose every game, then so be it. But I think it's important that these next 4 games especially, if we lose all of them, we have to turn our attention to Burnley and Newcastle and go 6 points. There you go. Well, we go to 78 points. That's enough. 75 points may be the mark as well. And that's the thing where last year it was a little less to get into the top 4. Thankfully, if you're a Liverpool fan like myself, this season it looks like the 70, 72, 73 mark is the mark to make the top 4. And that just shows how competitive this league has been. But yeah, look, going into our form of recent, it's been great. The new signing of Diallo and, of course, Tilio Kera have been huge. So we beat Arsenal, which you're seeing. You beat Wolves, and we pumped Leicester, which was great. We then played Norwich. We slightly rotated in here. We actually went down to 10 men, but we did win the game quite comfortably. We then played Brentford. We went a bit rotated just because there was a little few tired legs out there. Did very well, but important to note, we've lost Danny Ings, who we're about to talk about in a second. We lost McGinn, which you saw in the episode. Danny Ings actually got injured on England international duty. Haven't had him this whole time, and he may or may not be fit for this game. We'll talk about it. But without Danny Ings, Bundia has stepped up massively. And as you can see, he scored a double here against Palace. And I'm not one to show goals unless they're like worldy goals. But this goal here from Bundia shows the football that we have built here at Villa. And when we're on, we are on. And this is what we do. It is an unreal goal. And we could go back even more 10 seconds than that. Right? And even more than that. Just from where we picked the ball up, please. Because watching this highlight, it started so early. So anyway, we press. You see the press, we win the ball. Everyone around the ball, great. But look at the movement. Bailey's inside, allows the overlapping fullback. Wasn't on, so now let's keep it. That's the only time where I think Tyrone Mings has to stay wider, but that's fine. Sanson's there. Ball into Watkins. Trezeguet holds the ball. Secondary run from Emmy because it's been played to Mings. Diagonal ball through. Diagonal run. It's unreal. The movement is sensational, right? It's creating those little triangles, and if Mings stayed wider, we might have got a crossing option, but it's the secondary movement of Mings. He came inside, realised, hang on, that space is filled, moved back wide, picked the ball up, first time ball through, no dramas. And that's the football we've been playing. And I feel like if we get the right pieces of the puzzle into this team, we'll be okay. Important to note, though, Emi Bundia, because of his form, he's been, borderline world class. 17 goals as a 10. 17 goals as a 10. He is wanted by a few big teams. Arsenal, technically not big in real life, but big on FM. Spurs are Spurs, and Inter, they're still unreal on FM. So there's a lot of people that would love to go to Inter. The 7th? That's unlike Inter. Is that because they've, really? This has just caught my attention. I'm sorry, guys. They've still got Lukaku in this database. That's huge. Anyhow, but yeah, we've looked pretty good. And I think that we just need to continue on in this same way of playing and see what we can do. Now, important to note as well, before we get into this, Ings not pass fit and McGinn not pass fit. McGinn, I could risk. Ings, I don't think I can. What I am going to do, though, if this game is on the line, Danny Ings on the bench makes sense. I just think it does. Because if we come 15 minutes, we're 1-0 down and a point's massive, mate, I'll bring him in. Right, McGinn as well could come to the bench here as well, but I will, because I feel like his injury is a little bit less severe than what Ings was, in terms of the fitness. McGinn's got full fitness here. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Look, if there's going to be a game where I'm not going to risk Ings and McGinn. It's the Liverpool game. This was Chelsea first up. Both of them would start because I'd be like, that's the game that's the most winnable out of the three. That's what I'm going to go with. So if we're getting pumped here, they're not coming on. They get another week's rest. Perfect. They both probably start next week against Chelsea. But if the game's on the line, they're going to come on. And that leads me into the team. It's Martinez. It's Arias. I'm going to sign him, I feel like. Every time I look at him, I just go, you know what? The guy just does what he needs to do. As much as I don't need him, he's going to play. Tilio and Diallo have been great together. They've got that understanding, which is great. Tyrone Mings has been unreal at left back, you know. I never thought I would say it, but at left back, he's been great. Douglas Luiz and Sanson, Bailey, Bundia, and Trezeguet has been, you know, nothing wrong with Trezeguet at all this season. He is one area I want to improve on, but that's an area that if he's your backup, you're great. Ollie Watkins is the one that worries me, and, you know, look, I don't know if he is my hot prospect anymore because we did have youth intake. But he still is. Lou Barry, for me, just look at his stats. I feel like getting him playing in the Premier League at 18 years of age, I feel like he's going to develop so well. He would probably be my backup over Ollie Watkins. That probably means for me, Ollie Watkins is either going to be someone that I may look to sell in order to fund the move for a winger, or he sticks around. But yeah. Anyway, this Liverpool side has still got Lionel Messi. Great. This Liverpool side, I believe, is still in the Champions League. And they have got a game in hand and are so far clear. This Liverpool side is like ridiculous. Like, just, yeah. Yeah. And who do they beat to get through? They beat United in the Champions League quarterfinal. That's unreal. They got City. They're just so good. They are so good. They are so good. Like, Messi, I would imagine, had a year and a half. Every time I look at his stats, he's unreal. Yeah, 16 and 22 with 11 assists at an 8 in the Premier League. And he's also playing at a 7.3 in the Champions League. And he's playing at a 9 for Argentina. Xavi Elliott actually played for them this season. He's played 3 games. Like, if Harvey Elliott ever wanted to come on loan, mate, I would take it straight in a heartbeat. But yeah, there we are. Yeah, like, they are unbelievably good, Liverpool. I have no expectation in this game to win, especially without Danny Ings, especially without the boys. We are going to go play our football, even at Anfield. I'm going to go play my way. In real life, I may set up a bit different, a bit like deeper, and some pressing triggers, especially against my boys. But there's also a part of me that goes and understands that on FM that's very hard to like portray, so might as well just play the same way. In the end, they've lined up Alisson, Trent, Fabinho, and Van Dijk. That's a win that Fabinho's at centre back. In FM, it doesn't matter as much. In real life, that's a win. Henderson and Milner. Feel like Milner's the one they have to get out there, but he's also still very good. Salah on the right, Messi in the hole. Yeah, Sadio Mane on the left, and Bobby up top. The only thing I will say is that they probably could drop Bobby, move Messi in up top, go to a 4-3-3, move Fabinho out at centre-back, and then you'd probably having Konate or Gomez start. That's the only thing I would do. But horses for courses, when Bobby starts, they still look unreal. Yeah, that front four is the best front four in world football in the game, so we're going to have some fun. Itching to set the record straight. Look, they're a good team. So yeah, we're at Anfield. Their form is unreal. And just, yeah, how many goals has Salah scored, for instance? 14 and 10. That's actually a slow year for Salah. But I guess when Messi's there, he's alright. What about Mane? I'm just curious now. 11. See what I mean? They're all scoring. You know, they're not bad returns. All of them are probably going to score 15 goals in the league. And Messi's already got there. Like, just, yeah. Anyway, throw in for us. Arias, Sanson. Early highlight. Score early. Bundia. Oh, nearly couldn't turn. Arias now. Ball. Sanson. Oh, you got to win that. In the end, it falls to Tyrone Mings. And this is the thing. Liverpool are going to press, win the ball, and break at some sort of pace. Mings just lomps it to no one in particular. And fortunately, Arias reads the headed pass. And in the secondary pressing moment, wins the ball back for us. This has to be our highlight here, boys. We've given the ball away too many times. And this is where Liverpool will kill you. In the end, Arias again. He started the game very well. Couple interceptions. He looked good on the ball. Tilio... For Amanda's... Oh my God, Leon Bailey. Virgil van Dijk mistake. We're leading at Anfield. How often do you say Virgil van Dijk mistake? Wow. It's 1-0 Villa. Inside 5 minutes at Anfield at the Cop End. In the end, we turned the ball over too much. For the life of me, it was always a Liverpool highlight. Bailey never gave up the chase. I think Van Dijk didn't even think and just gave it back to Robertson where it came from. And Bailey just nipped in and won it. Unreal, boys. 1-0. Perfect. And this is not where you sit back and let Liverpool dominate you because they're too good for that. You've got to stay at them. You've got to stay at them. Have to stay at them. Apparently, there's a free kick for Liverpool and they have Lionel Messi. So this is a goal. Too easy. Yep. So, who gave away the free kick? You know it's Messi, man. Don't give away a foul. There's not a foul in that. Messi's like 5'6", and buddy Tilio Kera's a monster. Come off it, referee. Who's the ref? Anthony Taylor. Fuck me. Anthony Taylor's just cost us that. There's not a foul in that. Could, if Messi's dribbling or whatever, he gets brought down because he's good. It's a long ball that Messi's never winning, and Diallo's just jumped, Tilio Kera's just jumped and headed it away. And there's a foul in that. Come off it, man. Never. 1-1. You're exonerated, Tilio, because I was annoyed. But you're exonerated now. That's poor refereeing. Bailey now. Sanson. Great start. Tilio Kera. Sanson. Arias wanted it. Bundia. Arias. Runners. Bailey. Ignored. Arias box. Got numbers in there. Milner brings him down. That's a pen. We're going to have a pen at the cop end. We are going to have a pen at the cop end. What a start this is at Anfield. The crowd would be buzzing. This would be an absolute fantastic atmosphere. Of course it's a penalty, Anthony Taylor. You see what you gave a free kick for Messi for? So, yeah, it's a pen. Don't even need to check VAR. Let's go. I don't have Danny Ings on the park. It's Trezeguet. Steps up, and Becker's world class. It wasn't even a bad penalty. It's just a great save. He is world class, that boy. And that's probably the difference here. I've been really impressed with Martinez, but it's probably the difference. In the end, the ball's cleared away. Messi on it. We press him, and he goes back to Becker, which is a win. It's another highlight here. Trezeguet looking for Watkins. Virgil van Dijk's going to have Watkins in his back pocket the whole time. And Tilio Kera now. Sanson. We've played well. We've played our football. We've played well. Sanson. That's a poor ball. If it's not on, play your centre-back. In the end, Messi. Mane. Oh, no. Yep. You knew that was coming. He's that good of a player. The FM puts his name there twice. Do you see that? Anyway, 2-1 Liverpool. They've saved the penalty down one end, and we're 2-1 down the other. I would love to say if Danny Ings was on the park, we are ahead. But look at how many numbers they commit. And that's our football. Arias has got to go. Arias has got to go there. That's Sanson's fault. Sanson, and he's been punished when we're match rating. If Sanson just keeps the ball there, Arias is on and away we go. Bailey had so much more time. I think he shot a brick. Anyway, let's press Virgil. He's already made one mistake, which is unlike him. Henderson, Becker, out the other side. Great ball from Becker. That's what happens when you have a keeper that good. And Mo Salah running at people. Still going as Mo. Sanson wins. Here we go. We're on the break. Finally on Bailey's feet. Arias get around him. There we are. We're on now. Here we go. Fill your boots, son. Fill your boots. Arias now with the ball. Ball in. Straight in the Becker. Pretty poor. You can step on it there. Maybe lay it back. Better cross. But it's a good moment for us. Bobby, that's too easy for Bobby, man. Come on. And Robertson now bombing on. And Robbo down the other end. And Robbo fires wide. Bit selfish from Robbo. Look how many numbers he had in the box. Bobby, Messi, Salah. You would try to find one of them. Virgil keeps it. 26 minutes played. What a game this is. Martinez now. I tell you what, the ball to Trezeguet was on early. Martinez now, we need a roll. He looks for Trezeguet too late. Trent finds Messi, Salah, Messi, Bobby. What touches? And in the Henderson. Ball towards Mane was the right idea. Just didn't get the execution. Henderson sweeps up, so Bundia doesn't pick it up, which he loves to do in that area, Bundia. Salah beats one, looks inside, Mings wins the ball. Referee gives a foul. Immediate instinct is that Mings has won the ball here. So I actually think this should be no penalty. But according to Anthony Taylor, he's given a pen to Mo Salah here. He comes back and he says... No penalty. Exactly, mate. He's having a stinker, Anthony Taylor. Having a stinker. The foul for Messi, never a foul. The penalty, that was never a pen. Mercifully, VAR comes to our aid. It was a great challenge from Mings. Came inside on, won the ball. Salah initiated contact, which I'm never going to complain with, being a Liverpool fan. You can do whatever he likes in the box. Anyway, Messi now. Going. Sanson, great challenge. Ball out wasn't... I don't understand what Sanson's doing, man. He's got so many options, find Bundia's feet like we normally do, and then we play. He's just going long every time, Mr. Sanson. It's not good. Ball over the top. Oh my God, what a run from Mane. What a ball from Trent. It's unreal. It's Liverpool-esque. That's what we're playing, so that's what you expect, right? 40 minutes played. Have a look at Mane's run. Look where it starts from. He's so wide and outside of Arias, and then Trent sees him, and he just comes in and see you later. Great finish too. We probably don't deserve to be 3-1 down, but we're 3-1 down. And we could be 4-1 down because Messi from... Martinez, really. We've been unlucky. We've been really unlucky. We've missed the pen at 1-1. The free kick for Messi for the first one wasn't there. And our goalkeeper's now made a mistake. I don't know what he's trying to do. We see them flying all the time on FM. Anyway, 48 minutes played. It's 4-1. I was absolutely terrible, boys. It wasn't really, but that's what's going to give me the most motivation here. And that is that. Game over, huh? Liverpool really starting to dominate us now. And the game's on their terms. Henderson now. Milner. Messi. Origi's on the park. That's a win. Robbo. Ball in. Everybody missed a header. Before he gets suspended, I am going to get him off for Matty Cash. And it's same for Mings with Target. Just don't want the suspensions, really, especially with Chelsea coming up. 53 minutes played, and we are being absolutely pummeled. Origi heads. Martinez makes the save. You're capable, are you? That's good to know. Highlight still going. I would love to see us play our football today at some stage. Like, throw it out. Take the game on. Play against them. Like, I know it's at Anfield. I know you're scared. Messi ain't going to miss that. See what I mean? It's just going to come back. You might as well play your football. Look for your 8s. Look for your 10. Far out. We have played piss poor. We've had moments of, like, the first 20 minutes was great, and then after that, see you later. We actually have a higher expected goal ratio than them. Yeah, get Trezeguet off. He's having a stinker. Might as well save him. Midfield's not had a good game. Just shows when without Ings and McGinn, which McGinn's not as bad of a loss. I don't think you particularly need McGinn, but Sanson's had a stinker. It unsettles us big time. And like Liverpool, unreal. What a ball from Keita. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm not going to say it as many times as I want. It is ridiculous. Anyway, 7-1. I feel like this episode is now getting a bit longer, so we're just going to go and speed it up. And yeah, look, no shame in losing to Liverpool. Probably a bit of shame losing like this, though. Hey, not a highlight since I've done that. That's nice. Should have done that the whole time. FM, beautiful. We have a better expected goal ratio. That's probably because of the pen, because the pen should be a 1 expected goal. But yeah, Liverpool have been deadly clinical. Last chance saloon for any team, really. Hopefully it's for us. Target, have a dig, mate. Why not? Sanson, he should have opened his body and maybe gone for it. Traore, Ollie Watkins. Hey, we scored. 7-2. We got a goal back. Ollie Watkins has scored. Apparently Virgil's at blame for that. I think that's just good build-up play. But yeah, it looks like Liverpool just gave up the ghost towards the end there. And that was it. And 7-2 loss. Far from pleased, let's be honest. But yeah. That was embarrassing. Pretty embarrassing. Just shows how good they are. Hurts the goal difference, even though we still have the best goal difference of the teams in the top 4, outside of Liverpool. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I think we have the better one in the top 6, outside of Liverpool. But yeah, look, it is what it is. They're so good, man. They're so good. Saying that, though, we should be better than that as well. But yeah, it's hard to sum that on up because, you know, 1-1. You know, the goal that they scored to get them into it, you know, at 1-0 was just never a foul. And then we miss a pen. And I'm telling you, if it didn't Danny Ings on the park, 9 times out of 10 we score the pen. And yeah, you know, at the end of the day, that goes into your 2-1 up. It's a different ball game. Or the Messi free kick isn't there. We win the pen, we go 2-0 up. It's a different ball game. So there's part of me that's going to try and explain that I'm unlucky in a 7-2 loss. But I think based on the first 20-25 minutes, unlucky to have lost 7-2. Outside of that, Liverpool were unreal. They're just ballers, man. And like, they're a joy to watch in real life being a Liverpool fan. And no shame then, because look, to be fair, in terms of FM performance, that was absolutely stunning from Liverpool, Messi, everybody. Yeah. Anyway, from Damo, I'll see you guys in a second for the big one. Chelsea, Villa Park. We need to bounce back, win that game. And I'll tell you what, we're going to finish in the top 4. Welcome back, YouTube. As you can see, everyone's played their 33 games. United and Arsenal have both already played their 34 games. As you can see, we are level with points at United and we are on 72 points. Arsenal have also won and they are on 69 points and Spurs have a game to go to 66. We also play Chelsea, who would go to 60 if they were to win today and still have a game on hand in us. So yeah, here we are. Just to recap what's been happening with the teams around. So in the last game, obviously, where we got pumped by Liverpool, City played at Watford and won 3-1. They're about to go to Anfield though before they play us in the Champions League, which is on. It's 3-2 City, but the 2 away goals for Liverpool hold them in good stead. We also then have to look at United, even though they're not playing at all in this episode. They have gone and beaten Brentford in the earlier kickoff, and they have got Chelsea next up, which is huge, and Liverpool, and Spurs, and City. Wow, United's run-in is massively hard. Woo! That's great for us. And as you can see, Arsenal are back to some sort of form, which is not good, as they played Norwich. They've got Palace, but then they've got Chelsea, City, and Liverpool. It's not like it's just me that have the hard run. Everybody has a hard run in. It is ridiculous. To be fair, I think Chelsea, outside of me, have the easiest run in by memory. No, they don't. They also got United, Arsenal, Leicester, Liverpool, but they need those games in order to get it in. What does Spurs run in? Because watch out for Spurs. If they've got an easy run in, they could probably do it. Leeds, Southampton, us, Brentford in the FA Cup final. Come on, Brentford, one time. United and Everton, not the easiest run in, but everybody has big games. And that is massive. Points on the board are important. In terms of the team, Tilio picked up an injury during training, so I'm not going to start. I'm not going to risk him. I'm going to put Conser in. And I've dropped Sanson A due to poor form, B because McGinn is ready. And he has a better understanding with Douglas Luiz. I'm going to go with that. Martinez, Arias, Conser, Diallo, and Mings. Douglas Luiz and McGinn, Bailey, Bundy, and Trezeguet, and obviously Danny Ings. Pass fit, back up top. So important for us in our running is to have him back. This is a must-win game. If we win this game, we finish in the top 4. If we lose this game, we're probably going to finish just outside, depending on what happens, obviously, against City and then obviously against Spurs. And then hopefully winning the last 2 games of the season, but you never know. Anyway, this is it. This is the moment. This is the game. We beat them away at Stamford Bridge. They did go down to 10 men, but we played them off the park. Here they are. They are Mendy, James, Asby, Silva, and Chilwell. Pretty good side. Jorginho, Mount, and Kante, what a midfield three. Werner on the left, which is where I prefer him in real life. Havertz on the right. But without Lukaku, they do have Tammy up top, who obviously in real life's gone to Rome. But Tammy on FM is not the worst striker at all. He is very good. So, yeah. For me, Mateo Kovacic has to get in that side somehow, and I'll probably pay Havertz up top and leave Werner on the left, let Havertz play that false 9 sort of role. But, yeah, that's still a very good side. Apparently, Bendia was going to win the EFL Player of the Year. I would say, considering the fact that we are currently fighting for a top 4 spot and he has 17 goals from the middle of the park, yeah, I would too. But yeah, Chelsea's form's been a little bit lackluster. Obviously all those games, getting knocked out of the Champions League and then having 3 games in the space of 6 days has probably killed their hopes. But they know if they win this game here today, it's massive. A point would not be the worst result. Because we get a point here, we somehow get a point against City, which we nearly did, by the way, if it wasn't for us going down to 10 men, needless to forget. We could maybe do a job. But unfortunately for us, Tammy's on the ball and he's beaten 1. And Tammy on FM's a lot different than Tammy in real life. Tammy on FM is decently good. And that's a ball to Havertz from Kante, and we're 1-0 down. Like that, 15 minutes played. I tell you what, at the minute, lads, it's just a bit interesting at the minute. We're a little bit unsettled. We just got pumped by Liverpool. We've had a few injuries that have kind of unsettled us. We're just lucky we played the likes of Norwich and Palace and that at this time of the injuries. But as they're all trying to get back into the team for this run in, we still haven't had our best 11 out there in a bit. This is close to it as it is, but yeah. Anyway, Bundia finds Danny Ings. First time we see Danny Ings in a highlight for a month or so, and he fires wide. Just didn't try to hit it outside the boot and didn't catch it. But an immediate response, and that's exactly what we need. We need the likes of Bundia to step up. We need Ings to step up. We need Arias and Mings and Diallo all to do what they've been doing. We need Conser to perform. Unfortunately, though, it hasn't happened 25 minutes in. Anyway, Asby, with a ball to Kante, way too easy. And the ball gets stretched out, and it's a great ball to Werner, and this is where he's a lot better, running in from this area. Werner beats 1, Werner beats 2, and unfortunately for Werner, he doesn't catch it, but fortunately for us, that's great that he doesn't. In the end, though, I wouldn't say we're being dominated here in the first half, but I wouldn't say we played great, and it's a corner now, and they've got till Timber, ball back stick. Oh my, Martin has made a mistake. FM, really, man? Come off it with the cheese, yeah? Martins makes a mistake, header hits the bar, but look at it. You can literally clear the ball anyway, and Luiz just clears it into Diallo. How many times do you see that on FM, and how many times have you seen that in real life? Stupid that we're 2-0 down. And just like that, I think this is season over in terms of top 4 at the minute, because I just feel like that we're just going to give up too much ground. You're better than this, boys. You are. You're massively better than this. And unfortunately, the run of form is just turning here because look at the teams we're playing against. And that was always the issue. In the end, no one having a good game out there at all. 60 minutes played. James, Havertz, Ming steps in. I have not seen Bundia in the Liverpool game or in this game get the ball running at people, which he normally does. Anyway, Danny Ings, this is where we need Leon Bailey to go. Falls to Leon Bailey. You got to score this highlight. Mendy. Oh my God, he had to beat him in the end, put it too close to the keeper's legs, and it's still 2-0. Just, yeah, it's not happening, huh? It's not happening. It's not our day. It's not been our episode so far. Bailey now. Emi Bundia. Down he goes, no penalty there. Should have pulled the trigger. And Werner now. Arias fouls. Probably didn't need to. He was probably going nowhere, but in the end of the day, I understand why. 62 minutes played. No one has played particularly well here today. And now Kante on the ball finds Havertz. And they are just killing us. They are just killing us. Our lines are so stretched. It's a very weird performance. We're usually so good on the press. And just, yeah, it's got to fall back to him here with Tammy and James. Decent ball in. Werner, Havertz blocked. Falls back to him again. James over the bar. I'm going to make a change. Very early to do this, but we are going to go 4-4-2. I feel like I have no real choice. We're going to get Trezeguet off. We're going to get Bundy and Bailey switched around. And we are going to get Ollie Watkins up top here to try and just change the way this game has been going. You know, try get us a goal. And literally straight away, we have a highlight. Hopefully, it's us building out, not them winning the ball back off us. Arias needs to find feet. Bundia, as a winger, knows what he's doing. McGinn, Ings. Can he turn? Can he play? Still looking is Mr. Danny Ings. Needs an option here. This is where Bailey needs to be going. A good ball out there. Bailey coming inside. Effort block. Falls back to Bailey. Doesn't. And I feel like that's the highlight. That just sums it up. Effort's being blocked. You know, we're not getting clear-cut chances. And when you don't do that, you can't win games of football. McGinn. With a ball. Back into Arias. Highlight still going. You never know. Ball over to Bundy. I'm playing out wider. Ball to Ollie Watkins. Was he offside? He wasn't. Right. Game on. 64 minutes played. The substitutions worked. The change of systems worked. And bang. Straight away. Immediate result. Perfect. We got time, boys. We've got time. We've got time to rattle this cage. This is huge. What a run from Bundia inside. He loves playing out wide, but for me, he's been so unreal as a shadow striker. I wouldn't change it. But there we are. All right. Corner. Don't know why we're not going short, Bunny. In the end, ball's cleared away. If they go on the break, I'm going to be livid, and Werner probably will get there. Far out. Why is there no short? Luis has done well. And Arias now. Consa, play back to your keeper if you need to. Don't lose that ball. Consa just thumps it towards Danny Ings. Good touch. Here we go. Come on, Danny. Hold it up. Bundia. Blocked. Ings, does he get on that? He doesn't. Cleared. Back to Mings. We've got him penned in all of a sudden. It's changed this game. The whole complexion. Ollie Watkins! I talked about maybe he might go, but he's come off the bench and scored 2 goals inside 10 minutes. It's Ollie Watkins. The hero that we do not deserve, but we do need. And he's stepped up and God, don't worry, boss. I'm part of this furniture of this club. Just let me do it. In the end, gets back on side, shrugs off Thiago Silva. Nah, that's got to be the other side there, Asby, and just says, mate, you're my ragdoll. Just go. I'm going to throw you back to where you belong. Oh, he's borderline offside. He's borderline half a foot offside. But in the end, it's been given. I don't care. It's 2-2. And out of nowhere, this whole game has changed. Mings is dying out. Sorry, McGinn is dying out there. He's going to come off. Don't want to bring Morgan Sanson into this. But I'm going to. Bailey looks dead. Bundia looks dead, but they're playing so well. I'm going to go for it. You know, a draw, yeah, great, it's a point, but a win here is so massive. If we find a late one, we oh my God, corner, Bundia. Ball in. Watkins for a hat-trick. I don't know why the short corner's gone. They should be linking up, Bundia and Bailey, but 2 lumped in the box. Is there going to be a highlight late? If they score, it's so undeserved. Ball back stick. Consa heads. We're on the break here, surely. Ollie hold it up. Numbers flowing. Let Bailey run past you. Ollie says, no, I've got speed. Ollie Watkins beats Kante. Ollie Watkins on the run. Ollie Watkins. Oh, he's put it wide. No. Apparently, Mendy got a touch. It was going massively wide. Emi Bundia one time. Emi Bundia one time. Come on, buddy. Where's Ollie Watkins' noggin? Whips it in. Back stick. Numbers fly, headed away. Mason Mount now on the break. Both teams know a win is needed. And Douglas a whiz. Great challenge. Pause the game right there and then. Pause the game right then and then. Only doing it for the chance on the break. If Traore goes with speed, off you go. We get a corner. He's big boy. Time ticks. Is their last gasp highlight? It's not. And I tell you what, judging by the stats, unlucky to draw. But being 2-0 down, what a comeback. Ollie Watkins off the bench, what a hero. He's done brilliantly to come back there, boys. Huge. Against a Chelsea side, defending champions in the Champions League. we go out there and go bang, bang, thank you very much. That puts us on 73 points. City have a game in hand. That puts us a point clear of United, though, with 4 games left to go in the league. But more importantly that puts us another point further away from Arsenal, and it puts us, another point further away from Spurs. It probably eliminates Chelsea from this whole race now, which is great. Chelsea go to 60 points there. You can't rule them out because it means we've also stayed where we stayed. But that is massive. Praise him, praise him, praise him. Oh, we bow down to you. We said that 3 points would have been the goal. I'll tell you right now, if I get 2 points, I'm taking it, right? Which means a draw against City. If we could somehow beat Pep Guardiola's men at Villa Park, we would actually move in the second, barring then they winning their game in hand. But that would probably sum up the league and sum us up done. But as you can see, we're on 73 points. We had 10 points clear of Spurs. They do have a game in hand to go 7 points behind us, right? We are, of course, 7 points away from Arsenal, which puts us more than 2 games out of it thanks to that draw, right? And, I've read the wrong thing. There we go. Right. How many points in my head? Well, 4 points ahead of Arsenal puts us more than 1 game out there. So I read us as if we were City. I wish we were. And then obviously we're a point ahead of United. It's so massive. It's so huge. And I'll see you guys in just a second for the Manchester City game at Villa Park. This one here will definitely sum up if we are in the fight or if we somehow win. We are going to be top 4 and Champions League football is going to ensue here at Aston Villa come season 2. Welcome back, YouTube. Last part. We've got City in a massive game here at Villa Park. A win is huge. A win would actually put us level on points with City with better goal difference, but they would have a game in hand, which will move us into second. A loss would still keep Arsenal in the fight. However, games have already been played, and we still have to check on what Jack Grealish has been doing with at Manchester City. More importantly, United have won their last game, and they did go and beat Chelsea 3-2 at home in a massive game. They've now got Liverpool and Spurs, but if they win both of them, they are definitely going to finish in the top 4. Arsenal, however, did not win their last game. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Arsenal played Crystal Palace and got beat 3-1 at home. Kind of sums up Arsenal, really. But that's huge for me. That kind of means that we're going to sit in and stay where we need to stay. And it's perfect, because that's exactly where I want to be. If we can finish top 4 first season, it's huge. All right, back to Manchester City. You do not see that Grealish is the key man, which is not what you expect. If we go to the tactic side, Grealish has been playing through the middle more times than not, and have a look at him. He's averaging a 6.9, 3 goals, 2 assists. I would say if that was Grealish's return all year, you would say it's not really the greatest of years. Now, if he's playing in the middle of the park, especially for City, you should be getting a couple more assists, being a little bit more creative. I know that's maybe a hard thing maybe to do on FM to portray, but that's kind of what I would see with it. I think for me, his best position for me is anywhere central, anywhere out on the left. But it looks like that City just can't get the best out of him. I don't know why. Yes, playing with De Bruyne may hurt your chance of getting returns in terms of assists and goals, but I feel like Jack Grealish for 100 million, you would expect him to chip in more than just 5 times throughout a whole year. In saying that, though, he has developed a lot, and look how good he is. You can tell why they spent 100 million on him when you look at that as well. But yeah, Grealish is there. But in terms of our team, we've picked up another injury, so this has been littered with injuries. Trezeguet's now out for 3 to 6 days. So Ollie Watkins, who just scored a hattie, a double off the bench to save us there against Chelsea, the saviour, is going to go at left wing. We know a draw or a win is huge. If we lose, it keeps Arsenal in the game. But if we win here today, I think we're 4th, easy. If we draw here today, it's going to be very hard for Arsenal. We're going to have to drop 2 of the last 3 games. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't see us dropping both the Newcastle and the Burnley game. I would expect us to win one of those 2. And then you're really, really, really looking at the Spurs game as the big game. And I think if we knew what we had to play for in the final, they say it was Newcastle, we dropped it against Burnley, I think we would be able to go get a result. Anyhow, the team is Martinez, Arias, Tilio's back in, Diallo, Mings, Douglas Luiz, McGinnigan, Bailey, Bundia, and Watkins with Danny Ings, who's now more fit than what he was in the last game, up top. Look, if we play as well as we played against Chelsea, yeah, we conceded 2 goals. We can go toe-to-toe. Our problem is that we've just started shipping goals for fun, and I don't particularly like that. And that's not what was happening in the lead-up to these games. I will say these are 3 of the biggest games we're going to play this season. So for me, it makes things very difficult. But we're going to go play the same way. Same press, go out there and let's go. It is Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, and Nathan Ake at left-back. Go at him, please. Who we got on there on the right, it is going to be Leon Bailey. Go at him. Rodri, Fernandinho, and Gundogan. Rodri's got the job there, obviously, on our boy Bundia. Silva and Sterling, though, and Jesus. So no Jake Grealish against his former club. No Phil Foden either, who I don't know why this guy's not playing. And yeah, look, there we are. Let's go. Aston Villa can secure a Europa League main spot. Beautiful. It's not ideal, but we'll adapt. I'm not going to put any added pressure pre-kickoff, but yeah, I think with results going our way, we can finish only lower than 5th this season, and that's an achievement in itself, to be fair. Anyway, it's Villa, it's City, it's Villa Park, and we haven't conceded inside 10 minutes, and that's always a good sign against Manchester City. Now, what happened last time is we kept it very competitive. We went down to 10 men and conceded from a set piece late in the 88th minute. So hopefully today we're all right. Short corner, mercifully, Bundia, Diallo, Emi, Ings blocked. And if it wasn't for the block, we're 1-0 up as well. Great pot there from Laporte. And it nearly was 1-0 Villa. Anyway, Mings, Luiz, needs to keep this ball. Mings, first time ball with Danny Ings. Oh, just a little bit over him. He had to backtrack a long way to header it. Did well to make good contact, but you expect Danny Ings with that much time in the box to score. And unfortunately for us, it has not happened. Down the other end, Gundogan now. Finds Fernandinho. Sterling takes a touch. Bailey presses him. Rodri now. Great ball over to Nathan Ake. And Arias steps in, and he's lucky. Arias stepped in and bounced back off Ake and fell to him. And now he gets in the box. Cuts it to Gabriel Jesus. He's got numbers. Nathan Ake. Ball to Sterling. It's blocked by Tilio Kera. And Douglas Luiz makes no mistake by thumping it with his head away from the danger area. Very open game, you would say, for the first 30 minutes. Maybe not by the stats, but every highlights looked like a clear-cut one. They had one there. We had one with Danny Ings. We had two with Danny Ings, to be fair. 40 minutes played, though. We've been massively the better team, though, in terms of what we're creating. And, at the end of half-time, it's a 0-0, which is great. I'm delighted how things are going so far. Leon Bailey always hates it when I say that when we're drawing. But if you look at the stats, we're probably the team that have been edging this game slightly. And the back four are doing okay at the minute. Anyway, 50-odd minutes played. It is a game that is kind of crying out for some quality. And Foden with a ball in deep. Mings heads away. Falls to Emi Bundia. And this is where he loves it. Running at people. He wasn't able to do this against Liverpool. He wasn't able to do this against Chelsea. But he's able to do it against City. And Danny Ings has scored. Emi Bundia, eat your heart out. What a player he is. The presence of mind to lay it off, not shoot in the one-on-one situation has proved dividends. And Emi Bundia has left about 7 City players in his wake. Could have gone for goal. Lays it to Ings. I know the challenge comes in from, I think it's Cancelo. He's not getting anywhere near it. It is 1-0 Villa. And if we go and hold this on, we are going to finish in the top 4. He is just onside. It's superb from Emi Bundia. Only thing I would say is maybe a bit of a harder pass. That puts us in second with City with a game in hand. Huge. Anyhow, throw in. 63 minutes played. Arias. Bailey ain't going to win that. But Tilio Kera is in the right spot. Can go out the other side of Diallo. This is where Mings needs to go wider. Diallo does find Mings. And this is where we've got numbers on this side. Ollie Watkins now. Mings. Watkins drives inside, allows space for Mings to go one-on-one, which he does. Gets in the box. He's actually gone for goal. You selfish little boy. He's not little. He's overly 6'5", so he's pretty tall. But if he lays it, it's a goal. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Anyway, Mahrez, backstick, Laporte. We've dominated this whole fucking game. They don't even deserve a point. Far out, man. That is so annoying. It's 1-0. It's Laporte at the backstick. They have literally deserved nothing. We have absolutely pummeled them into submission. And there we are. 74 minutes played. Leon Bailey's had pretty much a stinker. Toyota is going to get out there. Douglas Luiz hasn't played overly great, but on a booking, I'm actually going to get Sanson in there, but he's going to sit in a bit deeper and just spray the ball around, try and control the middle of the park late doors. And here we go. This game is in the balance. It's a throw-in. We've been much the better team. We deserve to win this game. Arias, Sanson, Traore off the bench. Have a dig, my boy. Doesn't find it. Tyrone Mings, good touch. Goes for goal, cuts it to Bundia. This time he does it. Emi Bundia with his 18th of the year. What a player, what a man. And Tyrone Mings, thank you for learning from your previous mistake. He went for goal last time after he beat his man. This time he goes, no, I'm cutting that one back. And Bundia, with the easiest of tap-ins and probably the easiest finish of his 18 goals this season, has scored. And it's 2-1 Villa again. The cutback was sublime. Bundia sweeps it in. And it is 2-1 Villa with 10 minutes left to go. And we deserve it. And we have a time-wasting change up our sleeve. But we don't get a chance to use it just yet. It's a ball that's gone on towards Foden. Arias wins. Bundia beats his man. Bundia's going by himself. He went for goal. And in the end, it's straight to Edison. Maybe could have kept going himself, but who knows. Anyway, time ticking away. There's 4 minutes at a time. I'm going to give him a standing ovation. Maximilian Meyer on for Bundia. How is there a highlight? If they score, I'm going to be livid. Rodrigo, Laporte, into Ruben. Arca Gundogan. Mahrez now. I don't like this at all when it's City. Oh, it's Phil Foden. Please shoot, please shoot, please shoot. He doesn't. Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. You have to be fucking kidding me. They don't deserve it at all. They do not deserve this point at all. Manchester City have been absolutely fisted by Villa. Fisted. Not even going to say pumped. They've been fisted. They've been absolutely fucking thrown around here at Villa Park. And it's been so lucky. Typical football manager. We have an expected goal ratio of 3. They've only limited them to 6 shots. They have a 0.61 goal ratio, and they've got a highlight out of nowhere in the 93rd minute. They also had a fucking corner that they've scored from. Have you got to be fucking kidding me? How the fuck have they done that? Serious. That result there could cost me top 4, for all I know. And if we look back and we miss out by a point or 2 points on top 4, I will look back at this game and go, FM has absolutely dealt me a fucking horrid hand. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. I would have taken a draw before kickoff. But I'm not taking a draw like that. Not after we pump them, have an expected goal ratio of fucking 3, and they fucking score on the break like that. Absolutely, just whatever, man. Absolutely so piss lucky. Piss lucky. Oh, please give me the question. Stupid, man. Absolute stupid. We qualified for the Europa League, which is great. Great note to end on. But look at it. We win that game of through. Now, look, we've got 3 games left to go. We're fighting for all sorts of things. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. We should be 2nd right now, but no. And yeah, look, it's all to play for. I'm definitely going to give you the Spurs games next episode. But if that ties up top 4, I might just come back with a Newcastle game as end of the season there. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, that isn't the worst results. A draw against Chelsea, a draw against City, and we got pumped by Liverpool. But we know that against Chelsea, we played better than them. We were 2-0 down, we came back. Excellent, right? But we really could have won the game. Against City, we've been oh so unlucky. City are never going to be dominated like that by another club that isn't called Liverpool Football Club or Chelsea, ever. Period. In the next 5 years under Pep. That was a demolishing of a giant. And I tell you what, FM's just gone and said, fuck you, Damien. You fucking gonna cop it. I hate that. I am seething. It's the first bit of rage in this say. I am seething. But the silver lining is we're on 74 points. We're 5 points clear with 3 games to go. It's in our hands and we have 2 winnable games. We should be finishing top 4 based on those results and based on the fact Arsenal has thrown it away as well. And hopefully that result does not come back to bite me in the bum. It's a little bit of rage, but we'll get over it. Anyway, from Damo and everybody else, if you've enjoyed this triple header, which has been absolutely mayhem everywhere, links down below. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment Ollie Watkins down there. What a freak from the second game. But from Damo and everybody else here, I'll see you next time for the conclusion of the Premier League in Season 1. Will it be top 4 football? Will it be Champions League football and a top 4 finish is what I meant to say? Yes. Yes, it should be. And hopefully we do not choke it and we will get there. From Damon and everybody else here, I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.